Hey, in this episode, we're going to talk about braving the storm. Today is day 139 of doing one thing every day on purpose that makes us happy. From the little journal book, do one thing every day that makes you happy. Today is, of course, a sayings day, and it says with my handy dandy magnifying glass, who is the happier man? He who has braved the storm of life and lived, or he who has stayed securely on shore and merely existed? Hunter S. Thompson wrote this, and our challenge today says, a storm I braved today. Now, it's interesting because it's actually thunderstorming and pouring rain outside right now. So I'm sure I'll brave that storm. I'll go out and I'll do something outdoors to brave the storm. But it got me thinking about all of the storms and all of the trials and tribulations and stuff I've had to deal with in the past in my life, and I've survived it all. I've lived through all of it. I've lived through bad relationships. I've lived through death. I've lived through failed businesses. I've lived through successful businesses. I've lived through jobs that were awesome and jobs that I lost. I've lived through doubt, worry, and fear about my kids growing up and them being in accidents, people I love and care about dying, pets dying, all kinds of things, all kinds of excitement and disappointment and storms, things that people would consider storms or trials. And I've even died, and I'm still here sitting or talking to you. And so everything that we go through is here to show us something, and it can shut us down and cause us to, and I've had periods of that where after a storm or a challenge or a tough time in my life where I've kind of shut down and had to backtrack and regroup and say, okay, well, what am I going to do now? And I've also had times where I've let it stop me for periods of time. I've spent too long moping or regretting or feeling bad about or doubting my capability and wondering, being the victim, why did it happen to me? Why me? Poor me. But I never let myself stay there very long. Now, again, long is relative, but for me, it has never been a super long time. I just got out of it and I said, okay, well, what's next now? Yep, this is bad. This happened. This is terrible. But what do I do now? What's my next step? And as soon as I got to the next thing or started thinking about, as soon as that clicks in my brain, okay, well, what's next? Yeah, this sucked. This happened. Nothing I can do about it. It already happened. So what am I going to do about it? What is my next step? What feels right to me? So you can play it safe. You can stick in a situation. I've done that too. I've played it safe. I've stayed in situations and in relationships way too long, well past the time of knowing they weren't good for me and they didn't feel good because I wanted to play it safe. And that always hurt me. It always put me behind where I wanted to be and what I should be feeling and what I should be experiencing. So today, what's a storm that you can brave today so that you don't find yourself down the road regretting something that you should have done, regretting something that you maybe could have done? That's it. Be happy. Choose to listen to your feelings. Listen to your gut. Choose to honor yourself, knowing that you'll always figure it out. You always know what's right for you if you're willing to stop, listen to yourself, and ask yourself, what is the right thing for me in this situation? And the next one I like to ask is, okay, given that happened, what do I do next? Can I mope and feel for a day bad about it and then move on? Is it going to be a week, a month, a year, 10 years, 20 years, my lifetime? Am I going to shut my life down because this one thing happened, this storm happened in my life? Probably not. I'm going to, the roof gets blown off the barn in a storm. Am I going to tear the whole barn down? Well, maybe it's that damage. Or am I going to just put a new roof on it and move on? I'm going to put a new roof on it and move on. So put a new roof on it, clean up the tree that fell down, do what you got to do to move on, but choose yourself and know that your life is worth living. You're here for a reason and you're here to be happy. So choose to brave the storm. Choose to be happy. Always choose you. That's it. Make it an awesome day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow with another one thing that makes us happy.